Hello everyone, welcome back to Nerd Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be doing another Doctor Who theory video, and this is again about the upcoming episode Revolution of the Daleks, and this theory gets a little bit darker, and we're going to be discussing about the character Graham, who is played by Bradley Walsh. Now, a couple of months ago we did do a video discussing the reports that Bradley Walsh and Tosin Cole are going to be leaving the show during the festive special. And Tosin Cole does play Graham's grandson, Ryan. And I feel like these character exits may be linked. And I feel like this may lead to a character death. Just because there's been a lot of foreshadowing about this that I noticed in the last series. And this is tied to Graham's cancer. Because in the first episode of Series 12, Spyfall, we see him get a checkup, and apparently everything's okay, but we know that he's missing Grace. And then fast forward to Can You Hear Me, we do later learn that one of Graham's biggest fears is that if his cancer's coming back. And then in the following episode, The Haunting of Diodati, we do learn that Graham's seeing ghosts in that villa, that there were a fair few ghosts and weird shenanigans that were happening due to the lone Cyberman and the Siberium, yada yada. But the ghosts that Graham saw, no one else did. Now, could there just be a spooky coincidence? Because this was mentioned at the end of the episode. Is he going senile? Is this a side effect of his cancer coming back? Because it was never specified where it was. Was it connected to his brain? Was he hallucinating? But I just feel like there was an emphasis last series to remind viewers that Graham was a cancer survivor. And I feel like with that being brought up, could this potentially be the way the character is written out of the show, and potentially why Ryan's written out the show as well? And this theory that I have is that Revolution of the Daleks is going to be set after a time jump from the Timeless Children. Because obviously the Doctor's in prison, and I presume when the Doctor breaks out of prison somehow, that there's a Dalek invasion. But what else could have happened during that time jump? Perhaps Graham's cancer could have come back, and if Chris Chibnall really wants to kill off a character, it could be in the late terminal stages that would be really dark for the show. Could it happen? I generally don't know. Like, let's not forget, Chris Chibnall did introduce Graham's wife Grace in the first episode of Series 11 and then killed her off straight away. So he's not necessarily scared to kill off important characters. It'll be very interesting to see how he approached these characters leaving, because this will be the first time that he's writing out companions. But how would this make Ryan leave? Let's just say perhaps they don't want to kill off Graham straight away. Perhaps that Graham learns that his cancer's coming back during the episode. So say similar to Revolution, there's this setup where there's the usual Doctor shenanigans fighting Daleks, but there's the Earth side of the story as well. And in Revolution it was down to Ryan meeting with his dad that he hadn't seen in a while. So perhaps the Earth side in Revolution of the Daleks could be Graham going to the doctors, get a few checkups, and that he learns that his cancer's coming back, and throughout the episode he's trying to find a way to tell Ryan what's going on. And then towards the end of the episode, maybe Graham and Ryan decide to stay behind just so Graham can get the treatment, or that he can perhaps go and spend some time on Earth before he dies, so he doesn't physically die on screen. And that would allow both characters to get written out, but it kind of leaves a little bit of leeway for them to appear in the next series, because that's what the reports were saying, that they were going to be written out, but in a way that they could potentially show up in, the next series or whatever. But that could easily be done through ghosts or anything. Now, the reason why I haven't said that Ryan could get killed off is because there's not really any foreshadowing for his death, and I guess that would make it even more shocking if it happened. But with Graham, there seemed to be, with the last series, putting a lot of emphasis on his previous illness, and I do think that could lead to something, as, with reports of the actor leaving the show. It could happen. Like, I'm not gonna lie, after the last series, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled off a surprise character death, because the show has really blown my mind over the last series, so who knows. But I want to know what you think of this series down in the comments section below. I know it's a little bit of one of the darker theories, and to be honest, I wouldn't want to lose Bradley Walsh from the show, because he is one of the most interesting companions out of the TARDIS team, and it would be a shame to see him go. But maybe it will happen, because it was just something that just came to my head that they were really referencing that a lot in the last series. So maybe it's Chris Chibnall trying to give us a little nudge that something's going to happen. But we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, rating, and subscribe. And I'll see you all on my next video. Bye for now.